Hello my friends, Chris Mason here. Follow me as I build a taxi cab inspired by the film The Fifth Element. Hello my friends. So I've got another project that I want to build. This one is inspired by one of my favorite movies, The Fifth Element.
Please enter your license.
Yes, just a minute.
Welcome on board, Mr. Dallas.
Morning.
To level 10.
Well, that means
Into X4. Have a nice day.
And for the base of this build, I picked up this, the Shadow Taxi Cab toy from Kenner. These were released in conjunction with the 1994 The Shadow movie featuring Alec Baldwin. Really fun movie. Anyway, I thought that this toy, I picked this up on eBay pretty cheap with missing parts and things are broken. But I thought that this sort of resembled the Corbin Dallas taxi cab in The Fifth Element. So I'm just going to do sort of inspired by. I'm not going to do a direct replica, but I'm going to use this as the base. So I'm going to turn this into a Fifth Element taxi cab. All right, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe. Now let's go take this apart. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so that's the wheelbase. So we're not going to be using the wheels. So this car is a flying car, so there's no need for the wheels. But those are kind of nice. And I'm going to guess that there's a similar plate here in the front for the front wheels. There we go. All right, let's see if we can separate the yellow from the black. I can't imagine working in a factory and putting these together. It must be tedious to do this, you know, build 100 of these in a day. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this apart. That will be saving. We probably won't need to paint that. So, all right, so the interior, oh, there's a lot of dirt in here. This whole car from trunk to nose is 15.5, almost 16 inches long. All right, so we got to take the windshield out. I want to keep that. We'll be painting this whole piece here. I see some pieces here, so this will stay. We don't need to take that apart, but we are going to take that those guns out. So, for as old as this toy is, I am surprised at how good a shape it is. This has got some schmutz on the back window, but we'll take a little window cleaner, a little isopropyl alcohol on that to clean that up. This taxi sign, gun, we may use the top. Let's take this gun off. We're not going to need that. All right, so there we go. All right, there is our shadow car, shadow taxi now, all taken apart. Now the fun part of this is making a roof, so we're going to fill that all in, probably with a little bit of styrene. Once I give this a good bath and strip these stickers off. The side walls, the Fifth Element taxi, or Corbin Dallas's taxi, I'm not doing his exact one, we're doing one inspired by his car. But there is a little wall, like a bumper wall that goes almost literally all the way around the car. So we're going to probably use some, I've got some PVC foam that's about the right thickness that I think with a little bit of surface detail will accomplish that. And we'll be able to mold and bend it around the corners, which I think is going to work in our favor. Alright, so that is our taxi car all taken apart. Now the fun part is we're going to clean these up and start customizing. Alright, so I'm using a little Gooby Gone to get rid of these stickers, and I found if I just take a blade and gently kind of score them a little bit using a Q-tip, spread that on, and the scoring helps to get the goo in there in between, so it permeates the sticker. So we'll give that a few minutes to dry. So we'll hit some more here, and we got a sticker on the back, shadow sticker, bumper sticker, license plate. Okie dokie. That's pretty clean. Again, well, like I said, we're going to give this a nice little cleaning, and I'm going to glue this section here. We're going to glue that shut, and we'll do a little cleanup. All right, so the glue be gone. Takes a little bit of work, but nice and clean. Removal of the stickers. All right. There we go. All right. Glue be gone. Isopropyl alcohol. We're just going to give that a little squirt and just do a general spot clean. If you haven't seen the movie The Shadow with Alec Baldwin as Lamont Cranston, it's actually a really good movie. It's pretty fun. I think it captures the character fairly well. You know, I think it sort of suffers from being a period piece and a character that not a lot of people, modern day audiences, understand or even know about. I think that might have hurt it a little bit, and the marketing kind of tried to market it as sort of a Batman clone. People going into the movie expecting to see Batman, but not a Batman type of movie. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's put that there. There's some gunk here on the windshield, so we're going to clean that off. But the Shadow falls into that category with Other films like The Phantom, which I thought was really fun too, and The Rocketeer, all sort of period pieces. You could take those three characters, they could literally live in the same world. All three excellent films, certainly live in their times. All right, so I think this is about as done as I'm going to get it. Today was going to be painting day. I've already prepped the windows by covering them with some tape. But yeah, today I was going to paint. I was going to lay down a couple layers of primer and then try and get the yellow on at least. But anyway, overall it's finished, but no painting today because it's been pouring rain out here and it's just too cold to be painting. So this project will probably wait until next weekend. So we're going to give this about a week to sit, and we'll get some paint on it next week, and then I can start detailing. But super happy with how this has come out so far. My homage to The Fifth Element. I'm digging it. Goddamn spider crawled on my neck. Fuck. Anyway, here we go. This is the Fifth Element taxi cab, inspired by Fifth Element. It's not a direct copy. This is my interpretation of one of those. And bottom's all detailed, so it's looking really good. It's starting to get a little heavy. So I've got tape on the windows. I may do a little weathering here on the yellow just to tone it down just a wee bit, but it's getting to where I'm liking it. All right, so I just did something that just blew my mind. I didn't roll any video on this because I was skeptical that it was going to work. I wanted some decals, and I went through my supply of decals, and I didn't have anything that would work. So I bought some decal paper, inkjet printer paper. I was skeptical that this would work, and sure enough, it did. It worked beautifully. So I printed up a bunch of extras. I'm giving my taxi cab custom numbers, and I gave it CM62. Those are just C62. That's C for Chris. 62 is the year I was born. To put one on the back there, and 2 here up on the front fenders. And like I said, I didn't have a lot of faith that this was going to work, and it blew me away. It worked like a charm. I'm super happy with how this came out. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this making video. I had a good time building my taxi cab inspired by the film The Fifth Element. Please hit that like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. That's probably pretty good.